if you have never eaten a whole walnut, then this video might interest you. Walnuts. They are tasty, they are healthy, and they always make a good snack if you're a bit hungry. Monk on the hill here with some information wrapped up in a little story. I'll show you how to open the walnuts and also when you shouldn't eat them. But let's start at the beginning, when the walnuts are still up on the trees. Autumn is the time when walnuts are getting ripe. That's when their green shells pop open and the walnuts fall down on the ground. Yep, you don't harvest walnuts off the tree, you collect them off the ground. My wise old neighbor told me to go and pick them up every day because someone else might be interested as well, and they will definitely go every day or even every night. It's the squirrels, the dormice, and whatever is jumping around out there. And they will be busy collecting every day, and if they are faster than you, you won't have any. All that you will find are empty shells. So I collected many, but shortly after I stopped eating them, only for one reason: the way of opening them. My German parents, they told me this bit here is the weak spot, and as an excuse for my parents, they showed me how to open this without a tool. So you put one in your inner hand, the other one right next to it. Make sure that the seams are touching each other, then push together. With that knowledge and all my walnut trees, I finally bought me a simple nutcracker. For me, this form here made totally sense because it has the shape of a walnut. So if you push it together, you're hitting right the weak spot. And if you are using it like that, you'll either put too much pressure on, you end up with that. It just crumbles apart and you only have these tiny bits of pieces. If you're adding too little pressure, you can get it open, but you can't really get the nut out of it. So again, you'll end up with tiny broken bits and pieces. So being really lazy, the work you put in isn't worth the nut you're getting. Until I realized you can actually buy at least walnut halves, and somehow the industry has to know how to open them. I searched YouTube and I found this one guy. He used a huge wooden hammer for that. I don't have a wooden hammer, so I tried this one. But the main thing that I learned there: don't open a walnut from the sides. Open it from top to bottom. Already with this one, it worked very well, but it takes quite a bit of training to apply the right pressure. It's not a perfect one, but the shell cracks open on 4 sides. As I said, not a perfect one. We again have only the halves, but the halves are in whole. Now one crack, really nice walnut. That's when I really started to munch them down. Now to the interesting part. As soon as I learned this, I went to a German friend I'm having here to tell him. And I also asked him, how are you opening them? And he told me that his German parents told him the exact same way to open a walnut like mine told me. Then I had a visitor and she grew up with Italian parents, and I asked her, how do you open a walnut? And she said, the Italian way. You take a screwdriver, down at the bottom there's a tiny little hole with soft material, so you can jam the screwdriver in, twist it around, and the nut will open. And again, you have the same problem, how to get the nut out of here in tiny little pieces. That made me curious. Different cultures, different ways on how to open a walnut. So please let me know in the comments, where are you from and how do you open a walnut? And I thought I already have it, but I wanted to show you how it's done with a hammer, and this was the first time for this video trying it out, and I have to say, oh boy, now it's really getting somewhere. If you have a lot of walnuts to crack, hammer is your tool. Now watch this. It also takes a little training to find the right force to hit the nut. One bang, 4 parts of shell just falling off. And here you have it, a whole walnut. And when you're really lucky, sometimes you get this inner skin. You can slide it out if it's crumbling away on the right spots. And this will be the moment when you're able to take a whole walnut in your mouth, and most probably that would be the first time in your life. So it might be worth to take a tool, try to get that out, and that would be the moment where you can enjoy a whole walnut. I'm not eating them anymore. And here's why. Years ago I decided to become vegan. I'm not anymore, but that's another story. Nuts became a substantial part of my diet. I always loved walnuts and all the others as well. I mixed them quite a bit. I ate massive amounts of them, and I even ordered them online by the kilo. One of the first cold nights of one winter, I heated up the wood stove, made me a nice hot cup of tea, got comfortable on the couch with a bowl of walnuts. I started cracking them just the way I learned it and munched down one after the other. After some time, I got a headache and I thought, oh well, it's first time heating up the wood stove, so it's super hot in here. And I also got tired. I thought, well, I worked today. Must have been more than I thought. Then I had to go to the toilet and it wasn't really pleasant. So I finally did some research. And it turned out that you can develop an intolerance to nuts. The symptoms that I found by my research were headache, you'll become tired, and you'll have diarrhea. Then I was thinking back to my vegan time. Well, I was never 100% vegan because can't resist a good piece of cheese. But thinking back to that time, every morning, right after the morning coffee, I had to run to the toilet. Diarrhea every single day, because every single night I was eating nuts. I always found an excuse for it. I had a pizza last night, or the coffee was too strong. It just became normal for me. It was actually that bad that I have to admit I didn't always make it in time to the toilet.
Oh.
From that moment on, I decided no more nuts. And you know what? Now, if I'm having my coffee in the morning, I think about to maybe feed the animals first before going to toilet. And I can do that easily. So be aware of what you're eating and how your body reacts to it. Do research, take measurements. And that's what I wanted to tell you about walnuts. I hope it helped, either for opening them or for not eating them. Leave a comment, a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one.